this too. Sorry, I'm up here. No, it's okay. It's all good. Right, Kyle? So the statement that I want to make is that I'm one of the employees who signed an open letter from the staff to the board, which was emailed on October 24th. I thank those who have expressed concern about me speaking tonight because they were worried that it may impact my job. And as I told them, I'm very good at my job, or so I think, and I'm going to let my work speak for itself. The letter that was written was not suggested by me or any one person, but I did agree to participate. This letter was suggested the morning after the last board meeting on October 16th. To many that were in attendance, Sarah's participation during that meeting came as a shock. However, to the office staff, it did not, since we have experienced this side of Sarah often. What is different about that meeting was that Sarah chose to bring her actions and feelings into public light, and that was completely unacceptable to the staff, and that is how the letter was written. Ms. Gunther was not included in the discussions or the drafting of that letter. And in fact, when she found out about the letter, she expressed concern that the non-union employees could be putting themselves at risk. We were thankful for her concern, but collectively we felt that Sarah had crossed the line. This letter is the first time that the staff can recall where the administration and police have stood together for an issue such as this. And it is because we recognize that there's a strong leader that we finally have in Ms. Gunther. She is the person who identified a lot of questionable items that have been identified to you recently, such as using taxpayer dollars for a French maid costume. She's the person who finished the forensic audit when Markham left money unaccounted for. And she has valued her employees, which is something I was told had been lacking in the office since before I started. Most importantly, the crux of the letter has yet to be addressed. There was board discussion over whether the letter should be made public and how that would be perceived. But there was no set plan to address our main concern. We did have a meeting with a phone call with both Bernie and Dana, thank you both, after sending the letter. Part of the letter asked for the creation of HR policies to have formal records of all of our complaints. Ms. Gunther and the staff were then tasked with creating those policies, and so that's what we're going to do. But we still need to address the elephant in the room. Both supervisors acknowledged during that meeting the numerous complaints that they have received from staff regarding Sarah's behavior over time. They both mentioned that they, as well as the former solicitor and his labor attorney colleague, had spoken with Sarah at least 6 times to try and correct her behaviors. They also agreed that these interactions have not had much impact because, quote, Sarah's just Sarah. Sarah once told Ms. Schillen that sometimes she says things out loud that sound differently to herself in her head. This was in response to an incident experienced by 6 people, which culminated in Sarah referring to herself as the boss. But Sarah denied that she said that. Sarah told Ms. Schillen that she does not lie. Well, the 6 people who witnessed the incident did not lie. And the people who signed this open letter also did not lie. We were told that the examples in the letter are old, where they're not that big of a deal. But those were just examples. We could have referenced Sarah's recent demeanor when she rudely demanded that she wanted a Zoom link for the last board meeting and not to be at it as a conference call. Or how on multiple occasions the staff was angrily told not to speak disparagingly of the former township manager. Or we could talk about more questionable actions like waiving an over $1,600 zoning hearing board fee for a friend. Or saying in a public meeting that the previous manager was vetted before being hired, but he was not. And if you say that he was, who missed that he was not bonded by the rules of the second-class township code? On a final note, the staff asked for the resignation of Sarah Schick. However, we knew that she would not resign because she believes she has done nothing wrong. But we hope that this serves as a wake-up call that the staff will no longer tolerate her negative behaviors toward any of us. She has spoken confidently about being reelected for another term to members of our office. Hopefully this will hold her accountable for her actions, not only to the staff, but to the residents as well. Thank you.